Hello, hello, hello. This is Laura V from Laura V Studios. I haven't made a video in a while. Sorry about that. Things have been kind of rough on this side of the planet. But I'm here today and hopefully I'll be able to keep it going for the summer. All right. So for these 30 days in July, I know there are 31 days in July, but for 30 days, so like till July 30th, we'll go to the 31st just for the heck of it. We're doing channeling through divination. So we've been working with oracle cards. And the important thing to remember in working with oracle cards is not to read the meaning in the book. Here's why. You're not actually channeling. What you're reading in the book is their channeled message, and you want to get your own channeled message. So, those first 30 days, we were automatic writing, journaling, receiving and writing down messages. Same thing, except instead of like going into the meadow and talking with our higher self, we're going to a card and seeing what the card has to say to us today. So yesterday, when we did our Sunday community meeting, um, I pulled an Hejuana from my here she is, from my Divine Feminine deck. And I'm like, why her? Because I was like, I know her story. She's the daughter of a Sumerian king, and she was responsible for kind of like bringing all the conquered kingdoms together under one language so that there could be some unity and stuff. And so I knew that about her. So I was like, what? But it was her message. It was the message on the card, which says, I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. That was why this card came out. And so it prompted me to, do an invocation to merge with our souls, in the group. So that was really lovely, actually. So that's the thing I want you to do is not to go to the book. You can after you've divined a message, but not before, because we're practicing channeling. So now that we're halfway through July, it's time to look at tarot. And so the thing about tarot, oracle, it's more of a general kind of thing. You just divine whatever your intuition prompts you. But with tarot, there's more structure, there are more rules. Like each card has a specific function in the deck and has a specific meaning. So I went to Biddy Tarot and I have not gotten the email yet, but I'm going to be posting in the Awakened Soul space um, the PDF of this. It's their explanation of tarot cards. So the major arcana are your first 20 cards, I believe. I'm pretty sure it is. 2, 4, 5, 6, 21, 22. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. 22 cards. Okay. 22 cards. And these cards represent the hero's journey. And the hero's journey has been around for a very long time. And so the hero's journey, I'm going to look up I'm going to find something that explains the hero's journey a little better. But basically, so you start with the Fool, which means new beginnings. And by the way, we all go through this journey a few times in a lifetime. And so the purpose of the major arcana are they're telling you what your main lessons are that you're learning now. And they can kind of give you a hint as to where you are in the hero's journey, basically in your life and in your growth. So we start with the Fool, and then you've got the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant. And so the Magician's about power, skill, resourcefulness. The High Priestess is about intuition, the subconscious mind. The Empress is about fertility, femininity, abundance. The Emperor is about authority, father figure, structure. The Hierophant is about religion, group identification, conformity, tradition, beliefs. Now that's really interesting because that's not how it's represented in the very first tarot deck I got. Because I remember the Hierophant in that deck, it's a picture of a baby fawn, and it's like the fawn knows what it is and doesn't question what it is. I was like, oh, that's an interesting way of looking at it. So, well, identification, yeah, I suppose. Okay, so lovers, love, union, relationships, values. Chariot, control, willpower, victory, determination, strength, courage, patience, control, compassion, hermit, soul searching, introspection, being alone. Wheel of Fortune, good luck, karma, life cycles, a turning point. Justice, fairness, truth, cause and effect, law. Then you've got the Hanged Man, which is suspension, restriction, letting go, sacrifice. To me, it's kind of like you're in a pause. Death is endings, beginnings, change, transformation. Temperance. I don't know. I don't know if I'm reading them in the right order, but that's okay. Is balance, moderation, patience, purpose. Devil is bondage, addiction, sexuality, materialism. Tower is disaster, upheaval, sudden change, revelation. Star is hope, spirituality, renewal, inspiration. Moon is illusion, fear, anxiety, insecurity. Sun is fun, warmth, success, positivity. Judgment is rebirth, inner calling, absolution. And world is completion. So when you get the world card, you've completed a cycle. I'm hearing a karmic cycle, which is interesting. Okay, so then you've got the suit of cups. Now, the suit of cups, the suits have to do with the five elements. Four elements, I guess. The cups is water, pentacles is earth, swords is air, and wands is fire. And so cups has to do with like emotions, and pentacles has to do with like our physical, all things physical. Swords is the mental realm, and then wands as fire. Good question. That's interesting that I'm not clear on wands, but yeah. So you've got the ace through the king. And interestingly, like they all mean the same thing, but they'll have a little different flavor depending on the suit. So, like for instance, the ace in the suit of cups is love, compassion, creativity, overwhelming emotion. Aces are something that's new. So suit of pentacles, manifestation, new financial opportunity, prosperity. Suit of swords, raw power, victory, breakthroughs, mental clarity. And the ace in the suit of wands is inspiration, power, creation, beginnings, potential. So as you can see, the ace is about beginnings. And then the two is about, well, two in cups is relationships. Two in pentacles is balance. That makes sense. Swords, it's choices. And then in wands, it's future planning, progress. So again, so yeah, I have this little cheat sheet and it says cups, yeah, water, emotional, wands, fire, creativity. So ace is new, two is balancing two things, three interesting. It's like friendship, skill, heartbreak, teamwork. Interesting. Four, apathy, feeling unfulfilled, desire for long-term security, retreat, rest, renewal, homecoming. So in wands, it's a good thing, but it's kind of more of a negative thing on the others, which is interesting. Five is loss, poverty, bullies, rivalry. Okay, five is the one where your life is crashing before you. Six is nostalgia, giving or receiving help, a necessary transition, victory, award recognition. And I'm going from cups through wands here. So then seven is too many choices, delayed success, betrayal. Yeah, protect against competition. Eight, abandonment, mastering your creativity, self-imposed restrictions, speed, action, quick changes. So it kind of is dependent on which suit you're in. Nine, wishes coming true, luxury, nightmares. Ooh, in swords, nine is not great. Keeping and maintaining boundaries. 10, yeah. And then you've got your page, your knight, your queen, and your king. So these are like levels of mastery of that element, kind of. So a page is considered a kid. So it's kid energy. So a studious kid, a patient kid, a curious kid, an active kid. Yeah. Pretty consistent across the board. Then the knight is like more that adolescent age, where you're coming into your own as a man or a woman. So a prince, a reliable person, a fast-thinking person, a lusty and free-spirited person. Okay. And then queen is more the feminine. So a nurturing person, a resourceful person, a self-sufficient person, a feisty person. So, really owning your feminine energy. And then the queen, and then the king, it's masculine energy, but it's also mastery, like oomph. So a tolerant parent, a great parent, a solid and practical person, an intentional and powerful leader, a bold leader, so the king leads, you know. So that's the kind of that's the concept of the the elements, they're called the minor arcana. So your cups, pentacles, swords, and wands. Now, apparently, I remember someone telling me you can do tarot with just a regular deck of cards, but I don't know how. I can see how that works with the suits, because you've got, ace through king. That's easy. But I'm not quite sure how the major arcana fit in. That's where I'm kind of like, huh. I can imagine, I can see how to do it with the minor arcana, but the major, I'm just like, eh. So anyway, so this is going to be so much easier if you can just read it. Um, but in the beginning with tarot, this is where I would use a guide in the beginning to really grasp, because I know I tried this once and I didn't really know tarot that well. And I tried reading it, and someone who knew tarot very well, they had us like lay out some cards and then interpret what we got. And she listened to my interpreter. She's like, now can I tell you what it really means? I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah. The interesting thing though is different different card makers interpret it differently. They still recognize the structure, but they use a different, there's like a different language, a different attitude, things like that. Because like Bradley Valentine, for instance, he is the angel tarot guy. That is who he is. And he's like, these negative connotation cards like the tower, you get the tower and you think, oh crap, I'm in trouble. He's like, it doesn't have to be seen that bad, that drastically. And so he has a little softer interpretation of those more challenging cards. So I recommend with tarot that you find a deck that speaks to you. And I wouldn't necessarily do it based on the cards. I would do it based on the interpretation of the cards. So this is where I would look at the guidebooks. Because my first one is called the White Sage Tarot. It's this cute little deck of cards, and it's a sweet interpretation of tarot. Um, Radley's is okay. I started with one that was like, okay, it wasn't speaking to me all that well though. I don't really connect with his cards that well. It's really interesting. But let's see. Well, my daughter actually bought this and I took it from her because I'm more connected to it than she is. This is the Golden Wheel. Now, the reason I love this tarot deck is the basis of it is Russian folk tales. And I've lived in Russia. I really am into Russian folk tales. I love the stories. And so it really speaks to me because of that Russia connection for me. So this is why I love this deck. Um, I have other tarot decks. Um, but the one that I'm going to in the last week, I'm going to introduce the Akashic Tarot deck to kind of lead us into the Akashic Records readings that we're going to do in August. Because that's what prompted me to be like, oh, we should do Akashic Records for August. I was like, oh yeah, that deck is what reminded me of it. So yeah, tarot. I have the Light Seers tarot deck, and it's the it's more like a mystical, magical deck, but it's like on like it's got a dark side to it, which I not all that into these days. I hate the lighter side. Um, but yeah, so okay, let's see. Let's see what the Golden Tarot tells me today. So I'll just pick like three cards. So the cool thing about tarot cards is the spreads. They're what make it kind of fun. And so you can do there are a bunch of different spreads. So I'm also gonna find I'll find some PDFs of some spreads and I'll put that up in Awakened Soul Space as well. So you can play with some spreads. But a good basic spread to work with are three cards. And what the three cards do is they represent, oh, I get four. So that'll be interesting. And I'm just gonna leave this like it is because I have some cards that are kind of sticking out because you can get more information if you need it. So the three card spread represents the past, the present, and the future. And I am not intentional with my cards like I should be. I will be honest. I'm just like, give me past, present, future. Because you can say like past like 3 months, this month, and the next 3 months, or it could be last month, this month, next month. It could be quarters. I mean, you need to set an intention as to the time frame that you're like looking at this. I'm gonna assume that this is I don't know, just past, present, future. More immediate. Oh, oh. Well, I'll be snookered. Wasn't this interesting? I got a major arcana. I got the magician, actually. The magician. Dang. So alchemy, transformation, that kind of thing. Okay, I can see that. June. June was, I'm going to think June, July, August. Yeah, June. There was a lot going on, that's for sure. King of Wands is the present. King of Wands. I mean, come on. So, what did they say that the King of Wands was about? The King of Wands is fire, creativity. Well, we are in summer. So, I immediately think of, oh, yeah, we're in the season of summer. But the king, a bold leader, the top dog, power, courage, charm. Well, I like the courage part. I'm thinking more courage. I don't feel like I'm all that powerful. Unless, well, you know what though? I think I am being guided to embrace more of my power at the soul level. So that could be what that's about. What do swords. What does Biddy Tarot have to say about the wands? Natural born leader, vision, entrepreneur, honor. Well, okay. Huh. So we've got some kind of mastery here. Wands is fire, creativity. So that's a lot of action, creating. I guess I'm being encouraged to create. Well, or maybe to emerge. Maybe you know what I will say? What I will say in the last like 15 days. Oh, do you know I was led to a video yesterday. She was saying the 15th of July is going to be this big important day that like a big transformation is going to happen. Interesting. Um anyway, so fire creativity, we're in July. It's about being a leader, a visionary. Okay, so I guess I could say that I am kind of being guided to step out a bit more as a leader. I'm not quite, I feel like I'm going through a transformation right now, and I'm not quite, oh, maybe that's what they're saying is we're in the molding, shaping phase. And that fire, that creativity is like, because I feel like I'm in a process of metamorphosis, in a process of transformation where I'm not quite sure. Well, okay, as it was said to me yesterday, the old is dead. The old is gone. You like I'm in the middle of a bridge and I cannot go back. It's blocked. There's no way to go back. It's done. It's like the old reality's done. Like, okay, and the new isn't quite ready yet. So I'm kind of hanging in the middle. And I feel like that's where I am, which is why the King of Wands doesn't make I think of more that energy is more of like the hanged man. But okay. I don't know. Maybe they're telling me, hey, they're telling me a lot's going on right now behind the scenes on my behalf. That's what this is about. Something is being created and my energy is being used for it. I'm just doing a lot of healing right now. So I'm just like, huh? Anyway, interesting. So future doesn't look so bright. It's the 4 of Cups and he does not look very happy. So I have a feeling August is going to be, gosh, things have been rough already and now it's going to get rougher. That doesn't feel great to me at all. That doesn't feel good to me at all. Um, but let's see. So 4 of Cups, we're talking emotions, water. 4, apathy, feeling unfulfilled. Crap. Unexpected gifts. Well, now that, okay, unexpected gifts. That seems more positive. Um, that's weird. 4 of Cups. Let me find cups. My dog is growling for some reason. Where did the cups go? There it is. 4 of Cups. Meditation, contemplation, apathy, reevaluation. Reevaluation. That I can get behind. That actually makes sense to me. So I guess it's going to be a time of, well, I guess this kind of makes sense. Okay, I can kind of see this. Okay, so the Magician's about alchemy, transformation, change. Hell yeah. I mean, what I got in the beginning when I was with my friend earlier this month was metamorphosis. Like, yep, yep. So the present is King of Wands. So there's this fire, there's this creativity. It's this, I'm, they're like, you're being forged. I'm being forged in the fire. I'm being forced. Yeah, because actually, my friend gave me a Akashic Records reading, and they were like, "You have got to strengthen your resolve in what is your truth." I was like, "Oh, okay." I could feel that actually. So it's like I'm being forged in the fire. Isn't that interesting how spirit comes in and says, "Hey, listen to us." That's what we're saying. Okay. Okay. So I'm being forged in the fire right now. That makes sense. Okay. Yep. Being honed. I'm getting cleaned up. I'm getting purified. I'm releasing. I'm doing a lot of healing right now to really clean up my vibration, clean up my energy, and just being honed and yes, and forged in the fire. That makes absolute sense. That makes perfect sense. And so then it makes sense that in August, after all of this change has taken place, I mean, a lot of change, that it would be like, oh, this is not working for me anymore. I'm needing to reevaluate everything because I'm a new person. I'm going to walk out of this and it's like I'm this new person in all this old environment, and it's be like, need to reevaluate, where I'm living, my relationships are, what I'm doing as activity, as work, as anything. A lot of reevaluate. I had gotten this sense, actually, I had gotten this sense back in May, was that July and August, we're going to be like, you just need to hunker down and work on you. And then I felt like September was going to birth something new, like something knew was going to emerge out of all this, like like a not, it's so funny because for the last few weeks it's been like just throw everything away and start over. I kind of think it's like nope, I'm done. I'm done. It's time to do something new. And it's not that. I mean, because I'm not, there's no fool card here. No, we're not doing something new. It's more we're refining what's been working, refining me, refining my energy, refining the way I be in the world, refining all of that. I'm in a refining process. And then it's going to demand change. It's going to demand, like, okay, what makes sense to keep and what makes sense to go, what to let go of, what to take and work with and reshape. And then in September, something like I can just see this butterfly just being released and like, oh, and I'm just ready to go to meet the demands of the time, and I'll be more centered in self and more confident and stronger to emerge into the next level of my work. The next level of my work, the next level of my beingness in this lifetime. That's that's the message I've been getting. So what's this fourth card? Oh my gosh. It makes me want to cry. Two very happy parents with their new baby. And this is the Ten of Cups. And the 10 is like, "Ah," and it's cups. So that's emotion. It's water energy. The 10 of Cups, marriage with children, family reunions, total love and support. Ooh, whoa. I'm just like, it just makes me cry. I'm just like, holy crap. Um, harmony, marriage, happiness, alignment. It's like I'm just gonna like the whole butterfly thing. I mean, this was confirmation that I was on the right track. Like what I was seeing, they're confirming with this card. Yes, it's gonna be something beautiful. But it's Ten of Cups. It's about mastery. It's about a completion. Maybe it's a promise of that all of this healing work that I've done, because August will mark the a year since I started this work of healing using invocations and working with my higher self and my guides in this invocation, in this new style of healing that was introduced to. It'll be a year in August. So September, oh wow, they're like, yeah, it's all coming to a completion of a cycle. It's all coming to completion, and I'm going to emerge as this new, improved me. And it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be gorgeous and lovely. And I'm so excited. And now I'm late to my appointment. So I need to go. But yeah, thank you. See you later. Bye.